Love is a beautiful thing. It brings two souls together, binding them with emotions deeper than words can express. But sometimes, distance tests that love, pushing people to the edge of loneliness and desperation. This is the story of Joshua and Chioma, a couple whose long-distance relationship spiraled into a nightmare of betrayal, disease, and regret. A cautionary tale that reminds us that love isn't just about pleasure, it's about patience, honesty, and choices. Joshua and Chioma had been dating for 2 years, and their love for each other was strong. Joshua had to move to another city for work, leaving Chioma behind. They promised to make the relationship work, relying on video calls, messages, and occasional visits. But as weeks turned into months, the loneliness weighed heavily on Chioma. One night, as they talked over a video call, Chioma sighed deeply. Chioma said, "Joshua, this distance is killing me. I miss you so much. It's so hard to be alone all the time." Joshua replied, "I know, baby. I miss you too. But you know I'm doing this for our future. Just a few more months, and I'll come back for good." Chioma shouted, "Months? Joshua, I have needs. I don't want to cheat, but this is really difficult." Joshua frowned, knowing exactly what she meant. He loved her deeply, and the last thing he wanted was for her to have sex with another man. Joshua answered her by saying, "I get it. But we have to stay strong. Maybe I can get you something to help, like a vibrator." Chioma, thinking for a moment, then nodding, "That might help. At least it's better than cheating on you." Joshua quickly searched online and ordered one, hoping it would keep their bond intact. But what Joshua didn't know was that Chioma had already found a disturbing way to satisfy herself, that is by having sex with her pet dog, Roxy. She knew it was wrong, but her desires pushed her into dangerous territory. She convinced herself it was just a temporary escape. Her friends played a significant role in this. One evening, while they were drinking and gossiping, her closest friend, Sophia, leaned in and whispered, "Sophia, girl, why stress yourself? I know people who have done worse. In fact, there are women out there making money off this." Chioma, shocked, "What do you mean? Worse than cheating?" Sophia smirked and pulled out her phone, showing Chioma a website. The images and videos made Chioma sick, but the idea festered in her mind. Sophia replied, "Chioma, you already have a dog, don't you? I promise you, it's safer than sleeping with random guys. No pregnancy, no attachments. Just pleasure." That night, Chioma fought her thoughts, but curiosity won. It started as a joke, but soon, she gave in. Every night, she struggled with guilt, yet she continued. She felt comfort in the secrecy, but little did she know, her choices would soon catch up with her. Chioma was always having sex with the dog, Roxy, all the time, and she became so used to it. Weeks passed, and Chioma started experiencing odd symptoms, intense itching, sores, and fatigue. At first, she brushed it off as stress, but soon, things worsened. Fever, swollen glands, and a foul odor followed. One night, in a panic, she Googled her symptoms and stumbled upon something horrifying: brucellosis, a bacterial disease that humans can get from infected animals. Her heart pounded as she realized the severity of her actions. She panicked but refused to seek medical help, afraid of being judged. Instead, she started applying creams, taking painkillers, and covering up the symptoms with perfumes and makeup. She convinced herself that the disease would go away on its own. But deep down, she knew she was playing with fire. Despite her fear, she kept quiet. She told herself it would go away with time. Then, February came, and Joshua invited her over for Valentine's Day. He had planned something special, a romantic dinner, gifts, and a night they would never forget. Chioma hesitated but agreed. Maybe if she played it cool, he wouldn't notice anything. Maybe she could hide it just long enough. On Valentine's Day, Chioma visited Joshua as planned. Reuniting with Joshua felt like a dream. Joshua welcomed her with open arms, kissing her softly. They laughed, ate, and talked about their future. When night fell, Joshua led her to the bedroom, eager to finally be with her again. But as they undressed, Joshua noticed something off. Chioma's body had rashes, an unusual smell, and her skin felt rough. He paused. Joshua said, "Chioma, what's wrong? Your body, something's not right." Chioma, forcing a smile, "It's nothing, baby. Just stress. I haven't been feeling too well." Desperate to believe her, Joshua ignored his doubts and continued. That night, unknowingly, he exposed himself to the same disease. A few weeks later, Joshua started feeling strange. Fatigue, fever, and joint pain. He was concerned and had to go to the hospital for tests. The doctor walked in, looking serious. "Doctor, Joshua, we have your results. You have brucellosis. It's an animal-transmitted infection. Have you been in contact with infected animals?" Joshua was stunned. He had never been near animals like that. Then, realization dawned on him. "Doctor, this disease also spreads through unprotected sex. You should inform your partner." Joshua's world collapsed. He called Chioma immediately. When Chioma picked up, her voice was weak. She knew. She had known all along. Chioma, sobbing, "Joshua. I did something terrible. I was lonely. I thought I could handle the distance, but I did things I regret. I didn't mean to hurt you." Joshua felt his heart shatter. Rage, betrayal, and disgust overwhelmed him. He threw his phone against the wall, screaming in frustration. He had given her everything, and now his life was ruined. Depression consumed him. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Thoughts of suicide crept in, his mind tormented by the betrayal. His future, once so bright, was now tainted. Chioma, too, suffered. Her condition worsened, and soon, the truth spread. Friends abandoned her, family shunned her, and she was left alone with her regrets. One day, she received a message from Joshua. "Joshua, I hate you for what you did to me. But I also hate myself for trusting you. We are both ruined now." He hesitates before pressing send, but eventually, he does. As soon as the message is delivered, he smashes the bottle against the wall, breathing heavily, his hands trembling. Tears streamed down her face. She had destroyed not just herself, but the person she loved the most. Chioma's condition worsens. She finally gathers the courage to visit a hospital. Sitting nervously in the waiting room, she clutches her handbag tightly. A doctor calls her name. Inside the examination room, he looks at her with concern after reviewing her test results. "Doctor, Chioma, this is serious. Your condition isn't just brucellosis. The infection has spread. You need immediate treatment." Chioma, voice shaky, "But I can't afford it. And if people find out?" "Doctor, you don't have a choice. If you don't get help now, this could kill you. Also, we need to ask how you got this. Brucellosis is rare in cases like yours. If there's anything you need to tell me, I suggest you do so now." Chioma remains silent, fear flashing in her eyes. The doctor exchanges a knowing glance with a nurse. "Doctor, family, Chioma, if there's something illegal involved, we may have to report it." Meanwhile, Joshua, still furious, started digging into Chioma's past. He recalls her oftentimes mentioning her friend's name Sophia. He finds Sophia's social media and starts scrolling through her posts. He stumbles upon a private group where she posts cryptic messages and links. The deeper he digs, the more disturbing the content gets. Joshua, muttering to himself, "What the hell is this?" He discovers that Sophia is part of an underground network promoting bestiality content. His blood boils as he realizes Chioma may not be the only victim, there could be others. Without thinking twice, he screenshots everything and sends it to the authorities. Chioma said, having no one left, reaches out to Joshua one last time. Chioma, texting Joshua, "I don't deserve forgiveness, but I need to fix this. Please help me." Joshua sees the message but doesn't respond. He wrestles with his emotions. A part of him wants her to suffer, but another part remembers the love they once shared. After several hours, he finally replies. Joshua's message, "If you really want redemption, go to the police. Tell them everything. Turn Sophia in. Maybe then, you can start to fix what's broken." Chioma stares at the message for a long time. Tears roll down her cheeks. She picks up her phone and dials a number. Chioma replied softly, "I'd like to report a crime." Love isn't just about pleasure. It's about trust, patience, and responsibility. Valentine's Day is a day of love, but it's also a day of choices. Some choices bring joy, others bring pain. On Valentine's Day, choose wisely.